Hello everybody, I am Skip Alzheimer, and welcome to the AV Geeks 16mm lunch streaming show, where we watch old 16mm films and learn things like how to paint the Chinese way. Speaking of painting, what you're seeing now is something that someone who goes by the screen name Eggplant Jr. posted to the Found Footage Festival's Discord site, and it is a painting of me. It was an appearance that I made on the Found Footage Festival's Saturday morning cartoon show, which was about clowns, and they had me do an impression of what the clown eating the turkey leg would sound like, and somebody made this rendering in MS Paint and sent it. The thing about this is that this is important because, let me make this go away, hold on. Where is it? This is important because, as you see, there's the painting, and that is what is going to potentially be at stake when we compete with the Found Footage Festival at the Toe Tapping Toenament, where we're going to take our top 4 songs and their top 4 songs, and they're going to go head to head. And we have won the last 2 years. And there was an informal tongue-touching tournament, which we also won, even though we were not officially entered in it. The winner used one of our films and won. So I feel pretty good that this year we can do this. We can beat them. They are due, though, for a win, and they're hungry for it, and they're hungry for that painting. So I need your help. So I did the... Let's see, where is it? Yeah, that's what you want me, is to watch me scroll around. Oh, wait, that's not right. Where is it? Oh. Yes. All right. So today was the deadline for the first 8 or first 4 competitions and first 8 candidates. If you have not voted yet, please vote. We will announce the winners at the end of this. So I'm not going to play them again. You can just look at my channel and look at the Toe Tapping Tournament 2023 left bracket on YouTube and make those decisions. But let's go ahead and so Sid Davis is someone who kind of helped really formalize the Stranger Danger kind of film and set a tone for decades to come that's still visible nowadays. But he wasn't the first. Here is, the title is clipped on this, so I'm not quite sure who did this, but this is Little Red Riding Hood. Enjoy.
I've collected all the eggs, Grandma.
Thank you, dear. I have a surprise for you. There. It's a Red Riding Hood.
Oh, thank you. What's a red riding?
Just wear it home, child. I don't think your friends will call you Little Red Dimple Cheeks anymore.
Really? I'll have to try it out. Thank you, Grandma. I can't wait to show all my friends in the forest my new Red Riding Hood.
Be careful, child. Go straight home. It'll be getting dark before very long.
Okay. Bye.
Hey, look down there.
Ooh, what a beautiful Red Riding Hood.
Hey, look who's coming.
She's wearing a Red Riding Hood.
What's a Red Riding Hood? What she's wearing, silly?
She was very happy because from that day on, all the animals in the forest called her Little Red Riding Hood. All the animals except for one mean wolf.
Little Red Dinner. Ah.
But she didn't notice the wolf because she was home.
Mother, I'm back. Grandmother, Grandmother.
Oh, Oh. Tell me, dear, has something happened to Grandmother?
No! Look!
Oh, it's beautiful, dear. You know, for a moment, I was afraid something had happened to Grandma. But I can see she's made you a beautiful new Red Riding Hood.
Everyone in the forest calls me Little Red Riding Hood now. Mother, what's a Red Riding Hood?
A Red Riding Hood is... It's a... Well, it's what you're wearing, dear. Did you thank your grandmother properly for it?
Sure!
They call you Little Red Riding Hood.
I'm going to sleep now, Mother. Good night.
Aren't you going to take your hood off before you go to bed?
Okay, but I'm going to put it on again first thing in the morning. God bless Mother and Grandmother and me. Good morning, Mother.
Here, dear. Take this basket of cakes and fruit juice over to Grandma's house. This will help to strengthen her, and a visit from you always makes her feel better.
Okay.
Now be very careful. Stay on the path, be sure not to stop anywhere along the way, and don't talk to strangers, all right?
Don't worry, Mother. I won't. How does my Red Riding Hood look?
It looks beautiful. Oh, let me straighten the bow.
It was so nice of Grandma to make it for me.
Bringing her the cakes and juice is a good way to say thank you. Just be careful, dear.
I will.
And as she set out for Grandma's house, she heard familiar voices.
Little Red Riding Hood! Little Red Riding Hood!
Love that
Hi
riding
there.
hood.
Little Red Riding Hood!
Little Red Riding Hood!
Little Red Riding Hood!
Wait a minute. That voice didn't sound familiar at all.
Who was that? Come out! I can't see you.
Little Red Riding Hood!
Ooh, who's calling me?
You must be Little Red Riding Hood.
Yes, I am.
Everyone in the forest has been talking about you. Where are you going, huh?
I'm going to my grandma's house.
Are you taking that basket full of goodies to Grandma?
Yes, this basket is filled with cakes and juice to make Grandma feel better. But I'll never get to Grandma's if I stop and talk to strangers.
Strangers? Red, I'm no stranger. I'm your friendly wolf. I want to be your pal. I'm gentle. I never get angry.
Don't believe him.
He's not friendly!
Huh?
See? You call that friendly?
Don't listen to him.
Ooh, what a meanie!
Sure, I'm friendly, Little Red. I know everybody in the forest, including your grandma. Now, which house does she live in again?
It's the one with the 3 large trees in the front. It's right down this path.
She looks good enough to eat right now. But first, Grandma, then Little Red Riding Hood. Delicious. I know. I'll get to Grandma's house first. Slow down, Little Red. You walk so fast, how will you ever see all the beautiful flowers and trees and the golden sunlight shining through the... I can't understand it. She acts like she doesn't even hear me, but I can't let her get to Grandma's house first. Come on, Red. Take a little time to enjoy the scenery. Listen to the charming songs of our feathered friends in the trees.
He's a bad, bad wolf, Red. Don't listen to him.
Ah, what do they know? They're just crazy birds. Come on, Red. Put a smile on your face. You look like you're going to school or something. You know, Red, I was just thinking. You said your grandma wasn't feeling too good, right? Maybe a bunch of fresh flowers would be just the thing to cheer her up. What do you think? Take a look over there. Look at them all. Aren't they pretty? Look how pretty this little flower is. Now just imagine picking 10 or 20 or 100 or 1,000 more flowers, each one just as pretty as this one. Your grandma will love them.
Well, if they'd make Grandma feel better, maybe. Maybe I should pick some.
Yeah! Yeah, sure. Just imagine the look on dear old Grandma's face when you come in through the door with your arms full of flowers. Here, let me help you get started. It's easy. All you do is reach in and choose the ones you like best.
Look at them all. I'll be able to make a beautiful bouquet.
See? What did I tell you? Isn't this a lot of fun? Here.
Oh, thank you. Here's a pretty one. And here's another one.
The hunter!
Little girl, you know you shouldn't be going off into the woods by yourself. You might get lost, and besides, there are a lot of dangerous things around.
Really? I haven't seen any.
Terrific. It worked. I fooled her.
But you didn't fool us, buddy.
With that, the wolf set off down the path. And before too long, there it was, Grandma's.
Is that Grandma's? But there are only 2 trees. I remember Red said there were 3 trees. 2 trees? 3 trees? Wait a minute. Little Red wouldn't be trying to pull a fast one on me, would she? No, this must be the place. Ah, sure. There's the 3rd tree. Welcome to Grandma's, Wolfie, old boy. Might as well go ahead and knock on the door. It's bad manners to be late for dinner.
Who's there?
It's me, Grandma. It's me, Grandma.
Is that you, child? Little Red Riding Hood?
This is gonna be easier than I thought. Oh, yes, it's me.
Come on inside, dear. I left the door unlocked. I'm staying in bed today because I haven't been feeling too well lately.
And the wolf swallowed up poor Granny.
Not bad for an appetizer. Now I'll dress for the main course. Any granny gowns in here? Aha!
I'm late. I spent a long time picking flowers. This is strange. Grandma left the door open. Hello? Grandmother? Oh, no. There must be something wrong. Grandma isn't answering. I wonder where she could be. Oh, there you are, Grandma. In bed.
Hello, child.
Mother sent some cakes and juice for you. We hope they'll help to make you feel better.
Really? Isn't that nice?
Your voice sounds so strange. Are you feeling all right, Grandma?
I'm a little wolf. Horse, dearie.
My goodness, Grandma. What big ears you have.
Oh, yes. Well, all the better to hear you with, my dear.
And Grandma, what big eyes you have. And what big hands you have, too.
All the better to see you with and to hold you close with, my dear.
But Grandma, what a big mouth you have. I don't remember you with such sharp and pointy teeth.
Yes, my dear. All the better to eat you with.
she joined her grandma inside the wolf's stomach.
Good juice. Now, your average wolf, after eating a big meal like that, would fall asleep right on this bed and start snoring away. But not me. A smart wolf stays right on his toes. Gotta watch out for hunters. That's why I'm Mr. Wide Awake.
Listen, doesn't that sound strange? That isn't Grandma, is it? Let's go in. So! All right, Wolf, hold it right there. I don't know why you're in Grandma's bed, but you've got a lot of explaining to do. No fast moves. I've got you covered. Keep your paws up and spill the beans. What are you doing in Grandma's bed? You won't talk, huh? Then I'll ask Grandma herself. Hey, where is Grandma? Looks mighty suspicious. All right, Wolf, did you swallow Grandma? Still not talking? Then I'll open your mouth and look for myself. Come on, Wolf, open up. Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood.
He didn't wake up. Oh, Grandma, it was terrible inside the wolf. I'm so glad we could climb out.
Me too. Are you all right, child?
I'm fine, but it sure was dark in there.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. You saved our lives.
Yes, thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. But our problem isn't over. We'll have to teach our sleeping wolf a lesson. Hey, let's fill him up with rocks.
I'll help you.
Open wide, Wolf. Since you enjoyed your dinner, I know you'll want dessert. Ah. Hurry, he might wake up. Now we'll close his mouth.
What a dream. I dreamt somebody filled me up with rocks. Oh! Maybe I just need some fresh air. I'll step outside. Oh.
Hooray, hooray!
I don't think he'll ever bother us again.
And he won't bother anybody else either.
And so they all sat down to celebrate.
Since the wolf broke your bottle of juice, try some of mine.
Here's to you, sir. You saved us. Thank you.
I'm glad I could, Grandma.
I didn't know wolves were that dangerous. You're a brave person.
And Little Red Riding Hood, I hope you remember. Next time, stay on the path. Don't go wandering off in the woods, even to pick flowers. And I especially hope you've learned never to talk to strangers.
I learned that all right, but there's still something I haven't learned yet. What's a Red Riding Hood?
That was horrible. That was really, really horrible. And it has that kind of fast-talking English overdubbing that they're trying to match with the lips, and it just doesn't work. It's very similar to Speed Racer, where everybody talks very fast, and they talk like this, and very methodical. Oh. All right, so behind me, speaking of danger, we have a film set up on the scanner. This is Grinding Wheel Safety Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Enjoy.
Hello, Dave Brown again for Teletrain with the second part of Grinding Wheel Safety. In part 1, we followed a person's contact with a grinding wheel from handling and storage right up to wheel mounting. In part 2, we'll start where we left off. Now let's go through the actual mounting of the wheel on the grinder, step by step. First, check to be sure that spindle surfaces are clean. Then, place a new clean blotter with a diameter slightly larger than that of the spindle against the fixed flange. Now, slide the wheel onto the spindle. On larger wheels, the wheel is usually marked mount up or mount down. Make sure the marking is placed in the proper position. This helps to maintain or improve wheel balance when the wheel is trued. The wheel must slide easily onto the spindle. Never force a grinding wheel. The spindle can heat up during the grind and expand. Too tight a fit can cause the wheel to break. Tests have shown that the highest stressed zone in a rotating grinding wheel is the area around the hole. After placing the wheel in position, slide another clean blotter on the spindle, followed by the loose flange. With larger wheels, a multiple screw flange is usually used where bolts are placed into holes and hand tightened. It is very important that you tighten these bolts down evenly and uniformly. Otherwise, the flange can distort and cause wheel damage. Tighten the bolts opposite each other around the flange. Use a torque wrench in order to apply the proper amount of torque specified by the machine builder. Mounting a smaller wheel with a central mounting setup is similar to mounting with a multiple screw setup. When tightening the mounting on a thin wheel setup, be extra careful not to over-tighten. Thin wheels can break from uneven pressure caused by distorted flanges. After you have mounted the grinding wheel and tightened the assembly, check with a feeler gauge to be sure that both flanges are in good contact with the blotters and to ensure that no springing has occurred. The gauge should not fit between the flange and the blotter. The idea is to tighten enough to prevent the wheel from slipping. After the wheel is mounted and before it is actually used, it may require balancing. Static balancing is accomplished by removing the entire mounting assembly from the machine after it has been trued and placing it in either a balance stand with knife rollers or a balance stand with parallel ways. The balancing weights in the spindle are shifted until the wheel remains motionless in any position. Once this is accomplished, the assembly is now static balanced and may be replaced on the machine. It should then be retrued. Okay, you've got the wheel mounted and trued. Stand to one side, let it run at normal speed for approximately 1 minute with the guard in place to make sure it isn't going to fly apart. This will test the wheel's soundness before you stand in front of it. Grinding wheels must only be used on machines provided with proper safety guards. Check your ANSI B7.1 code for the guard requirements of different operations. An exception to guard use involves internal grinding or grinding with mounted wheels, cones, or plugs with the workpiece itself offering a degree of protection. Safety guards protect you and others in the area by effectively shielding the wheel. The guard contains or deflects pieces if the wheel should accidentally break, and it also controls the movement of sparks and flying swarf during grinding. The guard is there for everyone's benefit, so for everyone's sake, use it. Just an additional word right here about portable grinders. Portable grinders should be placed in a rack or holder when not in use. Rough handling or dropping can fracture the wheel, bend the spindle, or dislocate the guard. For air grinders, be sure the speed regulator is checked periodically by using a tachometer on the spindle. The majority of grinding personal injury accidents are caused by abusive or improper use of portable grinders. Remember, accidents don't just happen to the other person. What happens if you do accidentally drop your grinder? There are 3 things you might do, but only one of them is right. Number 1, dismount the wheel. Check it out, and check the spindle and guard to make sure they haven't been damaged. That's good, but it's not enough. Option number 2 is a mistake all the way. You can pick the grinder up, say to yourself, well, it didn't hit very hard, I think it's okay, and go ahead and use it. If you choose this option, you are very possibly taking a shortcut to the hospital. Option 3 is the right thing to do. Return the machine to the tool room. Explain what has happened. The tool room personnel can carefully check it out to see if there's any damage. Let's talk for a bit about wheel speed. Every grinding wheel is assigned a maximum safe operating speed by the manufacturer. The speed is based on the wheel shape and strength. Wheel speeds are expressed in revolutions per minute or in surface feet per minute. Let's take a look at what these 2 terms mean. Revolutions per minute, or RPM, is the number of complete turns that a wheel makes in 1 minute. Surface feet per minute is the distance in feet an abrasive grain on the cutting face of the wheel travels in 1 minute. The speed of the wheel in surface feet per minute will change as the wheel diameter gets smaller, even though the number of revolutions per minute of the wheel stays constant. In general, vitrified bonded grinding wheels are normally operated up to 6,500 surface feet per minute. Vitrified cylinder and cup wheels used in tool room grinding can only be operated up to 6,000 surface feet per minute. Certain special vitrified wheels are made for operation at 8,500 surface feet per minute or higher. Non-reinforced resin-bonded wheels operate up to 9,500 surface feet per minute, and reinforced resin-bonded wheels up to 12,500 surface feet per minute or more. What we are giving you here are speeds for the more commonly used wheels, but there are many wheels that have different speeds. Always go by the marking on the wheel or check the ANSI B7.1 code. To understand why a grinding wheel can be dangerous, let's look at a grain on the wheel going 12,500 feet per minute. It is traveling more than 140 miles per hour. That's 50% faster than the fastest baseball pitcher can throw the ball. So you can just imagine what happens if a chunk of the wheel breaks off and hits you at that speed. Check your machine speed. Be sure the spindle speed of the machine doesn't exceed the maximum operating speed of the grinding wheel. Air-driven grinders should be checked every 20 hours or once a week, whichever comes first, and after maintenance or repair, when issued from the tool crib, and at each wheel change. Electric grinders should be checked monthly and after maintenance or repair. As the wheel wears down through use, the number of revolutions per minute can be increased, provided the number of surface feet per minute does not exceed the maximum allowed for the wheel. If you are given the wheel speed and surface feet per minute, refer to the wheel speed conversion table in your ANSI B7.1 code. For various surface speed limits, you can find the required revolutions per minute for any wheel diameter. One manufacturer has arrived at a unique solution to the problem of slower surface feet per minute as a wheel wears down. With this unit, as the wheel wears, the operator adjusts the hand wheel, bringing the wheel assembly forward to within 1/8 inch of the guarding gauge point. This increases the spindle RPM and maintains a constant surface feet per minute. This unit also goes one step further. This mechanism operates automatically. It closes around the wheel so rapidly that little or no part of the wheel escapes the housing. Each job is different, and the most efficient grinding speed is not necessarily the maximum operating speed. You will frequently get better grinding results at lower than maximum operating speed. Always wear approved safety glasses when doing any type of grinding. Everyone in the area around the grinding operation must have eye protection. Insist this procedure is followed. Make no exceptions. Now, with constant use, the abrasive grains on the surface of a grinding wheel may become dull or loaded by the material being ground. When this occurs, the wheel needs to be dressed to expose new, sharp, abrasive grains that will maintain efficient grinding action. A dressing tool is used for this purpose. Handheld dressing tools must be properly supported on a work rest, adjusted to allow the dresser to move evenly across the wheel face. If the workpiece is not properly positioned and supported for grinding, it can jam against the wheel, causing breakage and possible injury. Before starting operation, make a final check to be sure the machine is set up correctly and the workpiece is secure and correctly positioned. Offhand grinders should have a work rest which supports the workpiece and prevents it from jamming between the abrasive wheel and the work rest. Never bump or jam the workpiece against the wheel. The work rest should be positioned within 1/8 inch, but not touching the grinding wheel at the same height as the machine spindle. Always adjust the rest while the wheel is stopped and the switch is off. Observe grinding rules concerning feed rate and pressure. Excessive heat up or loading of the wheel face tells you there's a problem. The grinding operation must then be reviewed. Also be aware of any unusual sound, which can be a tip-off to a wheel crack. Always turn off a grinding machine when it's not in use. If you are grinding with a coolant, turn off the coolant before stopping the wheel. This will prevent heavy spots from forming in the wheel, which can throw it out of balance. A grinding wheel should never break except from accidental abuse. Too often an injury occurs after a previous breakage was ignored. Any wheel breakage should be checked out and unsafe conditions corrected. Contact the wheel manufacturer if there's any question. If someone is injured by a wheel breakage, immediately notify the machine builder and wheel manufacturer. Grinding wheels are manufactured in a wide variety of shapes and sizes for different machines and grinding applications. Always use a wheel that is designed for your machine and grinding operations. Straight wheels and recessed wheels are made for peripheral grinding on the edge of the wheel. Always grind on the proper surface of the wheel. Organic bonded depressed center wheels and vitrified bonded dish or saucer wheels have flared shapes to allow grinding on both the periphery and side. Mounted wheels, cones, and plugs are designed for grinding over a broad surface of the abrasive. Never grind on the side of a wheel made for peripheral grinding only. Excessive side pressure can cause the wheel to break. For safe operation and best results, always use a grinding wheel designed for your grinding job. In this program, we've talked about the steps that the grinding wheel operator can take to ensure safety. We've seen the importance of establishing and maintaining safe work habits in storage and handling, preparation for grinding, wheel mounting, and grinding operations. We've shown you the ANSI code B7.1 and recommended that you have it nearby and use it. In the final analysis, the rest is up to you.
EA2 to General Hospital. We've got a 1018 emergency traffic. Code red, code red. We've got a white male, approximately 30 years old. Industrial accident with severe head injuries. Termination of respiratory functions and extensive bleeding. We're applying local pressure and administering O2 and IV.
EA2, what is your ETA?
EA2, our ETA is 4 minutes. Stand by for vital signs.
Don, wake up. You're gonna be late for work.
Oh man, after that dream, I'm gonna play it by the rules. Hey Stan, drop the darn wheel. Might be damaged.
I'll check it out, Don.
Thanks, Stan. I'm still gonna make sure this wheel is okay. Fits nice and easy over the spindle. The spindle can heat up and expand. RPMs are okay for this wheel on this machine. I've got the right flange for the wheel, and the flange is in good shape. Okay, now I tighten it up, but not too much. Work rest is set correctly. Shield is in place. Okay, stand to one side and let the wheel run for a minute. Put on my gloves. Safety glasses in place. Now don't slam the work into the wheel.
Let's hope he will continue to remember his dream and always practice grinding wheel safety. Our point has been to stress safety responsibility in your job. If you have any questions, see your supervisor or get in touch with your wheel manufacturer or supplier. For your sake, for your family's sake, for heaven's sake, make safety your job, or Don's dream may become your reality. I'm Dave Brown for Teletrain.
So that was incredibly tedious until the end, and it shifted up, and then it got a different type of tedious. But man, they should have mixed that in. The whole, like, you got to get their attention. And one way you get attention is by having a really great song. And so that's what we've been doing with the toe tapping tournament. This is the left bracket. You can vote on this until the end of me talking about the right bracket, and then I'll announce. I should say that all of them are pretty easily determined, except for Good Eating and the Magnificent Major song. So if you have not voted, now is the time to chime in about that. Anyways, yes, so now we're going to talk about the right bracket. Let's see, let me adjust this. We're going to bring it over. The right bracket. Right bracket. Wait. Where is it? What happened to this over here? That's weird. Okay. So this is the right bracket. And I don't know why I can't see. This is very strange. That goes there. Oh, I'll move it over here. There you go. And the color source. It's all happening live. All right. So we're going to start off with, and again, so there's 8 competitors and there's 4 competitions. So the first one is Keep the Promise versus Barbara Murray from Jackson Junior High. So we'll start off with that, and then I'll just play all the songs all the way through. Okay, and then what you'll do is you will email me at skip@avgeeks.com. Wait, hold on. Yeah, at skip@avgeeks.com. What you'd like, and you'll have a week to do this. All right, let's talk more rock. Here we go. Here's Keep the Promise from the fine folks at Pillsbury.
That's what Keep the Promise is all about. Moving on from here, taking it from the top.
Bright shines there on the line. Look and you'll find the promise. Team skill, together we will always fulfill the promise. Grow, let it grow. Plant that bountiful meadow row by row. Grow, let it grow. Let those fields and valleys overflow. Build, grow, moving ahead, working to spread the promise. New day, the feeling runs deep, working to keep the promise. Roll, let it roll. Keep those big wheels headed toward the goal. Roll, let it roll. keeping the promise, keeping that great old recipe, keeping the promise, setting our sights on quality, keeping the promise, feeling it way down deep inside, keeping the Pillsbury promise of God. Some people just don't drink, because that's how they think. But that's okay. L'chaim, but Hebrews like their wine, and the Italians too. The Germans drink their beer, like the Africans do. In China and Japan, rice wine was always grand. Russians have been drinking vodkas ever since they were tiny tots. Scotch can drink their scotch. The English drink their gin. You'd be drinking ale if you were a Dane or Finn. It all depends on from where you came, the type of drink you drink. But alcohol can be enjoyed by all, depending on how you think. It's up to you to pick and choose. It's up to you to pick and choose, depending on who you are.
I'm gonna give a gift. You never guess what it is. Oh, what a gift I'll give. There's no way you'll ever guess. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big.
What is it?
Won't say.
What is it?
No way.
Is it bigger than a bubble?
You bet.
Is it bigger than a barbershop quartet? Is it bigger than a cube of Jell-O? Is it bigger than an armadillo?
It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big.
It's big. It's big. What is it?
Won't say.
What is it?
No way. I could give you a million clues. You never guess what it is. A million zillion clues. There's no way you'd ever guess. But I'll throw you a few for all the good they will do. It's bigger than a belly button on a cat. It's bigger than a badge on a fire chief's hat. It's bigger than a diamond on a movie star's pinky. It's bigger than a tangle in a 20-foot slinky.
Is it bigger than the sun when it's swimming in the sea? Is it bigger than you? Is it bigger than me?
It's bigger, 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 bigger.
It's big!
Give it back. Give it back, Jennifer.
You make me very angry. You're playing very mean. I want to throw the ball with you. It makes me want to scream. I feel like pushing and hurting the people that I see. I wish I knew how to make them as angry as they make me.
What do you do with anger you can't hide? What do you do on the outside? What do you do with anger you can't hide? What do you do on the outside?
We can't send the students and teachers back to school hungry, so we're feeding them all breakfast.
Each heart, you can do it. You can do it. Each heart, you can do it. You can do it. Each heart, you can do it. You can do it. Each heart, you can do it. You can do it. Good things happen when you start snacking on a lip smacker candy bar. It's so much fun when your tummy goes yum with a lip smacker candy bar. Let your lips smack. Good things happen when you start snacking on a lip smacker candy bar.
There are many different kinds of boys in the world. There are many different kinds of girls in the world. There are many different kinds of birds in the world. There are crows. There are robins. There are many different kinds of trees in the world. Many different ways of saying please in the world. Just as there are different shapes of clouds up above, there are many different kinds of love, kinds of love, kinds of love. 'Cause I love my family in a much different way than I love to play outside on a bright sunny day. And I also love my friends and pets and my toys and my bed when I'm sleepy. There are many different kinds of towers in the world. There are many different kinds of flowers in the world. Just as there are many stars that shine high above, there are many different kinds of love, kinds of love, kinds of love.
Run for your life. You can't cheat the devil today. Run for your life. Such an easy price to pay. You got a future. No more pain and tears. You can live your life much looser when you run away you feel. Oh, now, if you just run for your life.
Yeah, it's interesting in the comments how you all felt about it. Some of you preferred the left bracket, but some of you dug some of these songs and at least picked out a couple of very problematic ones. There are some in here that I really like, and unfortunately they're going to be bouncing around in my head. So Keep the Promise versus Barbara Murray, Jackson Junior High. The Gift versus I'm Mad at You. Eat Your Heart Out versus Seen Through Commercials, the lip smacker thing. And then Different Kinds of Love versus Run for Your Life. And let's go ahead and we're going to announce the winners of the bracket, of the left bracket. You guys did some good voting. Here it is. Fast Food beat Think Metric. Use Your Eyes was trounced by People Working with Data. Speaking of beating, Zip Code Song beat the Safety As We Play. And man, you see how close Good Eating beat the Magnificent Major song by 2 points, 2 votes. So thank you so much for voting. So what we're going to do is we'll announce that next bracket next week, and you can vote on it. But yeah, you have a week to vote on the right bracket, and we'll show that again. But I just wanted to say thanks so much for tuning in today. Tomorrow might be weird. I'm hosting the Found Footage Festival, guys. I might try to convince them to come on the show briefly. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll see. They're up to some shenanigans, so it might not work. But anyways, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate the donations from Bus Air. I appreciate all the comments and not only lending me your eyes, but also your ears to fill it with toe-tapping songs that are going to resonate through your brain. We will recap these probably on Friday, but until then, everybody have a great day. If you are in Raleigh area or the Triangle area, tomorrow Found Footage Festival is going to be showing the documentary about them, which is called Chop and Steal. There's also going to be a VHS happy hour beforehand where I'll be there with a tape cleaner and talking about VHS, which is something I don't normally talk about here. But yeah, everybody have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. I have so many tabs open here, but everybody take care.